try and put on this microphone, but honestly, microphones aren't normally my friend, if I'm just being honest. So I'm going to start with doing something that I am trained in, something that I'm good at, something that I do every single day. So right now, I want you for just a minute to take a deep breath. Big inhale. Good, big exhale. Allow yourself to arrive. Do it again. Good, big exhale. I think we spend so much of our lives rushing toward who we're supposed to become that we forget to notice who we're becoming right now. We hurry through grief. We hurry through healing. We hurry through motherhood. And we hurry through success. We hurry through life as fast as possible. So maybe today you were hurried. This is my invitation to get you to slow down, to listen, to receive. I was born to a 15-year-old girl. Yes. I choose that word intentionally because when I think about my mother now, I don't see a mother, I see a girl. A girl who should have been worrying about homework, football games, friendships, and dreams, and instead, she chose to bring me into the world. Instead, she was trying to keep another human alive. For years, I thought my mother was raising me, and now I realize that I was only just watching her become. Isn't it funny that when we're children, our parents seem larger than life? These individuals that can do anything. It's impossible to envision them as children. Yet, I actually got to see my mother be one, a child. It made me love her differently when I became a mother myself. Not because she was perfect, but because I finally understood the pressure she carried. The world expected pressure to break her, but instead, it revealed courage. I wasn't raised by one woman, I was raised by three. Three remarkable women whose faith filled every room. My mom, my grandma, and my great-grandma. Prayer wasn't something we scheduled, it was how we survived. They taught me compassion, discipline, and reverence, and to persevere without any man. Somewhere along the way, though, I quietly began believing that love had to be earned. That if I was good enough, that if I was faithful enough, that if I was perfect enough, then maybe, just maybe, I could earn the grace. That I could earn the love. And then life taught me another lesson. People leave. My father left before I was 5. And children, they definitely don't know how to say, oh, he has his own wounds. He wasn't ready for that. Children ask a much simpler question. Was it me? I carried that story for years and I didn't even realize it. Years later, another man briefly entered my life. Today I simply call him the donor, for obvious reasons. However, he helped create the greatest gift of my life. But he didn't stay long enough. And honestly, I'm so grateful he didn't. Without realizing it, I began preparing for abandonment before it ever even happened. I expected everyone to leave. I just hoped that they would love me first. At 20, I became pregnant with my daughter, Ava. I felt every story ever written about girls like me. Daughter of a teen mom, becoming a young mom herself, gonna end up working somewhere less than successful. But choosing her became the first time I truly chose myself. Then came another kind of pressure. The church that helped shape my faith became the place where I felt the most abandoned. The God I knew had left because I was no longer acceptable in the place that I felt safest, that I was taught to belong to. For a while, I confused people's rejections with God's rejection until I realized that my faith hadn't disappeared. My image of God had just transformed. God went from being some far-off human in some high staircase somewhere, untouchable, to being some beautiful entity, a light that lives within me, a light that still today I hold and see everywhere. I rebuilt my faith, one honest prayer at a time, and looking back, I realized pressure was never trying to destroy me. Pressure actually revealed what I believed, what I feared, and what still needed healing. Pressure became the place where God met me. And then, you guys ready for the good part? This beautiful man walked into my life. Keith. And here's what nobody tells you when you've spent your whole life expecting men to leave. Love that stays is pretty damn suspicious. It's not comforting. And by the way, he's a military man. Which honestly made me relax, the leaving, the getting to watch him leave. But the funny part, to me now, I'm so good at being independent, like very good, to a fault. I'm good at it. But he kept coming back, and still does. And now, after almost 14 years of marriage, I have found a man that stayed. He just kept coming home. And guess what? I learned to soften. Today our home is beautifully loud. We have 4 incredible children. Ava Maria, Caden, Landon, and Amelia Gracia, Amelia Grace. And yes, we have teenagers, an adult, and a 10-year-old. Teenagers are fascinating. They're the perfect mirrors. They can eat enough groceries to bankrupt a small nation, and yet somehow they're still starving. They can text me from the next room that they need something, but when I ask them to unload the dishwasher, apparently it violates some international treaty that I was unaware of. But the truth is, I love this season. Because every night before I go to bed, I think about those little versions. They're much bigger now. And they don't know I do it, but I still think about them as teeny tinies and all the lessons that maybe I failed at. Sometimes I just stand there wondering what parts of my story they'll never have to carry. One of the greatest honors of my life was adopting 2 boys. And life came full circle. I was born to a young mother who chose me, and years later I became the woman who chose. And then I was chosen to mother 2 humans that I didn't birth. Now I firmly believe that every family hands something down. Sometimes it's recipes like fresh tortillas. Sometimes it's traditions. Sometimes it's faith. A lot of time it's fear, silence, abandonment. But healing is where we finally get to choose what continues. When I look back now, I see pressure everywhere. A 15-year-old girl becoming a mother, a little girl searching for her father, a young woman holding a positive pregnancy test in the bathroom of a sorority house, a faith rebuilt from the ground up, a mother raising 4 children, a wife to a military officer, a woman remembering. Every chapter carried pressure, but pressure didn't get the final word, and it won't. Pressure revealed where love still needed to reach me. Power wasn't becoming fearless. Power was refusing to let fear write the ending. I used to think becoming meant arriving. And now I think becoming is waking up every day and choosing love over fear. Choosing hope over shame. Choosing to believe that what happened to you does not have to become what happens through you. So if you leave here with one thing tonight, let it be this. The pressure you're carrying today does not have to become your identity. It can become your power. Not because suffering is beautiful, but because love is stronger, and because what happened to you never has to become what happens through you. Will you take one more breath with me? Deep inhale. Good. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Thank you.